Hello and welcome back to our channel. My name is Balram Prasad and I'm working with Microsoft as a senior software engineer. And in today's demo, we are going to see how we can create controller based API and minimal API in C# using Visual Studio.NET. So what are the web API in .NET? So the web API in .NET refers to API which is accessible onto HTTP. And generally, while developing this API, we follow the RESTful principles, and they are generally designed to consume by any client which is supported on HTTP or other protocols also. Like we have many ways to create the API inside .NET. In Visual Studio and .NET Framework provides the lot of support for building these APIs. There are different way and template to create this web APIs, like controller based APIs. There is a minimal API template also. We can develop that web API and a web calls using Signal or WCF was one of the way to do that one. So in this demo, we are going to see how to create the controller based API and how to create the minimal API. So controller based API is a traditional and structured approach where we have a class which is derived by some controller based class, and then we have some program files, startup files, which will call the first program files and other things will be load up, and then when we will call, that call will go to a corresponding class and then method will be invoked, right? So that is how generally we used to handle that one. And there is a new method with a .NET 6 came, where we can use a different template where minimal API can be created without going into that controller class. We can expose the endpoints in program.ch itself. And it is ideal for microservices kind of things also, and where we don't need to go into full ambitious structure. That kind of application we can build using this one. And if you see traditional application or API built using Node.js, you can find that this is similar to API built using Node.js, that what is the syntax over there, or Python fast API and other things. So that seems that all the syntax are similar. Let's go and let's create both API inside Visual Studio, see how the differences looks like. So I am in Visual Studio and now I'm going to create a new project where I'm going to select that ASP.NET Core Web API. There are different templates, but I'm going to select this one, ASP.NET Core Web API, and I'm going to create the next. Now I'm going to say that this is controller based API. So let me put that. I can go ahead and click next. In next section, we have that which framework we are going to use and what is the authentication type. I'm going to keep right now none, and I'm going to enable open API support, which is which help us to debug that locally to see into Swagger UI. And also I'm going to use this controller because this is that template is used for both purpose. So if I say that use controller, it will going to generate me a web API template based on controllers. So let me create this. Now it is creating the projects, and if we see that this project, now it will start with program.cs, where we have this builder application, web application builder, and then it is going to add all the controller it is going to map, and if it is going to enable our Swagger generation and other things, and also it is going to map all the controller and other things. And how we can see that what is our environment variable, we can go into property section and debug section, and also we can launch the profile, and we can say it is in development section right now. So this is how, and if we go into controller section, we can have one or multiple controller over here, which will be derived from controller based class, where we have constructor, we have function exposed at HTTP function. It can be HTTP get, it can be HTTP post, it can be HTTP put, patch, whatever REST framework provides all the details, we can have that one. We can put the debug point, we can see how it looks like, and I'm going to put the debug point where the program.cs is starting. So let me start this one. Now it is going to hit program.cs and it is going to go in all the way. If we can see that it is in development, so Swagger UI is going to come, and if we see this is the Swagger UI. Now if I hit this and execute this one, then we will be hitting our controller, and this controller will be coming, and we can see all this and if we inject any dependency injection, we can use that one. We can see later that how to use dependency injection and other things, but it will come. And because we have clicked the get weather forecast function, it will hit and we can see all the details. So now if we wanted to add any more API here, suppose let's add one post API which can take some input. Then I can go and say that, hey, give me the post, right? And I can take the complex input, but right now I am going to take just a normal input and I am going to return the boolean one, right? And I will remove this one, return true, right? And let's see that. So I have two API right now, and I can put the debug point here. Let me hit the first one. I can see my debug point hit for first one. If I put the if I hit the second one, and I can put that anything, and I will try to get that one. Now it came again constructor. Now it is coming to second. I can get the input, and it can be complex input, and depending upon how we work on that one, it can. So this is one controller. We can have multiple controller if you wanted to do that one. So we can go and select that controller over here. Let's put the value the same. Let me copy this same thing over there. I will change that one for just demo purpose. So let me change this one, and let's say that from you can let's put the debug point. Let's run this. Now we have two controller, values controller, weather forecast. If I will hit this one, then it is going into values controller, right? So, and we are going to get the details from values controller. And this is how the controller based API can be created using controller classes, which have controller base, and all the details we can put into program files for dependency injection and other things. And this is how controller based API works. Now let's go ahead and create a minimal API, right? Let me select the same template. I can go ahead and say minimal API, right? And I can go ahead and click next. And in this section, I'm going to remove this checkbox. I do not want to use the controller based, right? And let's keep the rest it as it is. I'm going to create only. So if we see this project template and generated by Visual Studio, we are not able to find anything based on controller, right? It is that HTTP part where all the details are there, and the program files, only program files. And if you see that program files, and if I compare the program files for first one, controller based, let's see that program files for controller based pins, right? So if we see the controller based, we have almost similar thing till that time we are in Swagger configuration and other things done. And then all these things are in the same page. In that same page, we have a map gate where it is mapping with one of the functions, saying that one with the name of this function, get weather forecast. It is going to map with this one with open API support. And that's all we have to do, right? In this section. If we run this API, and if we see minimal API demo, and if we hit that, we can see the example, it is coming. We can put the demo debug point inside this one, and we can see that one more time. The first time it will not go because it is based on lambda function and other things. So now if you see, this is not hit, but if I restart once again from top, then it will go into top, it will load everything, right? It will bring back all these details, but it will not go inside. So once we run this one, and if we click that execute, then it will go inside and it will run, right? Now if you wanted to do similar thing, that hey, I wanted to add few more over there, right? Let's see that, add one more over here, how it behaves, right? So both came. Now minimal API get one part, and you can see that it will hit the first one, right? And if we go into second one, it will hit the second one. Similar thing we can do with post also. Right now it is map gate. We can have post also, and similar thing for other operations which is supported by a REST API. So this is what I wanted to show you, that how the different templates work. What is the basic difference into controller based API and minimal API. I hope you will like this video. Thank you.